Welcome to Boxing on this Wednesday night ahead of another huge weekend of harness racing to follow what was one of the thrillingest weekends we've had, headlined by the Yonkers Trot and the Messenger, as well as the Maple Leaf Trot and the Canadian Pacing Derby. So we're going to recap those races, especially the Messenger, and then we'll look forward to see how that second jewel of the Triple Crown for Pacers goes into the third leg, the Little Brown Jug. We'll also look at the Jim Ewart Memorial, the Miss Versatility Series Leg 4, as well as some races at Mohawk. They'll be headlined by the William Wellwood and Peaceful Way eliminations, as the Canadian Trotting Classic and the Elegant Image eliminations did not happen. They both will go to a final next weekend instead. So we'll start off with the Maple Leaf Trot at Mohawk for the older trotters. 20 points on the line, and Ariana G was unable to get to either Mary Marauder or Crazy Wow. Crazy Wow, though, was the one to take it. Pinkman was out. Hanover out of that money, but Crazy Wow, the top one there. Mary Marauder did get enough points to overtake Will Take Charge and is our new leader in the horses and gelding trot division. Hanover still leads the filly and mare trot division by a few points over Ariana G. And Crazy Wow jumps into third. There are only pretty much 5 big races left. There'll be the 10-point Centaur, and then the 20-point Dayton Trotting Derby, the 20-point All Edge Farms TVG, the 10-point Breeders' Crown eliminations. All Breeders' Crown eliminations will be 10 points rather than the usual elimination 5. And then the 25-point Breeders' Crown final before we go to before we pretty much end the season. There'll be a couple races after that, but all the big points now are going to be shifting those towards those last 5 races, with most of those points on the line in the Breeders' Crown. So we're getting close to the Breeders' Crown. Really only 3 races in this division. There's a few more of them for the fillies and mares, but for the older trotters, you'll be seeing them trotting a lot in just preferred handicaps or taking some time off until we get to that end of the season, end of the month, and really heating up with the Grand Circuit at the Red Mile. As for the Pacers, the Canadian Pacing Derby at Mohawk, Lazarus upset by McWicked. McWicked, our point leader, well and away the point leader with 90 points. We'll see him in the Jim Ewart Memorial this Saturday. And he right now has the points lead over Filibuster Hanover, Rock and Ron, and Bit of a Legend over this whole entire pacing competition. He's been far and away the best, winning all of the big ones pretty much. And Lazarus, although making a very good start to his North American debut in the damn patch at Hoosier Park, unable to win here, although it did come out from the tractor barn that he might have caught a virus. So we'll be resting easy. Should heal up fine. We'll probably see him back at Hoosier Park for the Pacing Derby, and the Dayton Pacing Derby at Dayton, heading into those Breeders' Crown. There's another one that, while they do have one more race more than the Tri Division, they have the Jimmy Wart this weekend. You'll see a lot of them will be holding off afterwards until we get to the end of the September and then October to Breeders' Crown season. Now the big one was the Messenger. And the Messenger, the second jewel of the Triple Crown, was won by Stay Hungry, beating Jimmy Freight and Topville Olympian. Stay Hungry with that jumps up to first place in the 3-year-old Colton Gelding Pace division. Well, so Stay Hungry was our Cane Pace winner. So now winning the Cane Pace and the Messenger, he has the rare chance of winning a Triple Crown if he can take the Little Brown Jug in just a few weeks. We'll see him this weekend. He'll be running up in Canada. We'll review that race in a little bit. So we'll be seeing him. We'll see lather up over at Scioto Downs in the Ohio Sire Stakes series. So you'll be seeing 2 of our top pacers in big races this weekend, and you'll probably see both Stay Hungry and Lather Up going into the Little Brown Jug as well. They have a few more races. They have they have 4 major races left on the Grand Circuit in September, before a few more in October, heading into the Breeders' Crown. So we'll still see a handful of good races to go, especially that Little Brown Jug, where you have to win twice on one day to capture the Little Brown Jug from the Delaware County Fairgrounds. So Stay Hungry, who as I said, won the cane pace. There you can see him on the left of the screen. Stay Hungry, trained by Tony Alagna, driven by Doug McNair, was the winner of the cane pace and the Messenger. Those were his two biggest wins. He hasn't won on the other big stages though. He has a trio of thirds. Two came in eliminations: the Max Hemp Limb and the Messenger Limb, as well as the Meadowlands Pace Final. He did win a North American Cup elimination and a Meadowlands Pace elimination, but was unsuccessful in either of those finals. So it might be just Triple Crown races and eliminations that he likes. The finals have other ones, who knows? But Stay Hungry has shown to be sharp when he won on Hambo Day in the cane pace and then just won this past weekend in the Messenger. On September 20th, he has the chance to be the 11th pacing Triple Crown winner in the Little Brown Jug. He'll be the first winner since 2003. First winner of the Triple Crown since 2003 if he can win the Little Brown Jug on September 20th. So who will he face? A stellar field going. Here's the top 10 so far in points of eligibles. You'll see Courtly Choice is not eligible but can supplement, so I'm adding Courtly Choice, who looks to be going to the Little Brown Jug on this list. Stay Hungry does lead over Lather Up, Dorsoduro Hanover, and Courtly Choice, our pace winner. So Lather Up, who won the North American Cup pace, Dorsoduro Hanover, who is the Adios winner, and Courtly Choice, who won the Meadowlands pace. Those are the ones who are trying to get to Stay Hungry, to try to get past him in this 3-year-old Colton Gelding pace division and stop him from winning a Triple Crown. You do have the speedy Hitman Hill in American history out there as well. Babes Dig Me, who we'll see. Nutcracker Sweet, Done Well, West Delight, all really good, sharp pacers. But it is stacked on the top. All the big races have been going to different horses. Lather Up early in the season, then injury took him out. Dorsoduro Hanover got his win at the Meadows. Courtly Choice won on the biggest night of pacing. And then Stay Hungry has won twice on Triple Crown affairs. Can he do it a third time? We'll see on the 20th. Going back to this week, going back to results from last week at Yonkers, they had the Hudson Trot, the Yonkers Trot, and the Lady Maud. The Yonkers Trot is the second leg of the Trotting Triple Crown, and Six Pack took that. Atlanta did not go, so there was no chance at a Trotting Triple Crown. In the Hudson Trot for the 3-year-old fillies, Plunge Blue Chip got revenge on Supergirl Riley and took the final and gathered up a nice 10 points to keep piling on the points in that division, while Lady Maud, in the Lady Maud, Alexis Faith took over the pace division there, took over that pace division race over those fillies. And then the Simcoe, a really good addition to the Simcoe, was won by Metz Hall, who was a contender earlier for the Hambletonian. We'll probably see him in the Breeders' Crown. Looking forward to this week, we have the Jim Ewart Memorial from Scioto Downs, 20 points on the line. Originally it was a 10-point race. Then the field came off very salty, so I raised the points up to 20 because this is going to be a very competitive throwdown. Drawing the pylons, we see Western Joe with Chris Page driving right in front of Nuclear Dragon, who's going to be sitting in the second flight with Dan Noble. We see top horses in McWicked, Filibuster, Hanover here. All bets off. Delta Winner split the house. A lot of very top contenders here. Western Joe's one to watch on that pylons. He always shows up. Western Joe was able to beat a very competitive field in the Sam McKee Memorial, the old U.S. Pacing Championship on Hambletonian Day. I could easily see him taking over Scioto Downs here. It's a very big field to the outside of him, and if Western Joe can get a little bit loose, Western Joe can easily Western Joe can get a little bit clear early. Not going to go into the front, but get clear of trouble. We will definitely see him coming up late. McWicked should be right on the front end. Filibuster Hanover should be going late. It is a wide open Jim Ewart. My money is going to be on Western Joe, although I do think that Split the House is one you should watch, but for a good price. But Western Joe will be where my money is for the Jim Ewart Memorial, our last pacing, older pacing race for a few weeks. As for the points races of the weekend, we have the Champlain Series continues, another division of that. We have them for 2-year-old Pacers, for fillies, and for colts. We'll We'll see Bronx Sealster in Key West, Tall joint Hanover, Captain Ahab, and Stag Party. Captain Ahab and Stag Party are heavy favorites in their divisions. In the Miss Versatility leg 4 at Tioga Downs, we'll see the filly and mare Trotters going there. Dream Together, Ice Attraction are the top ones. We won't see Ariana G. We won't see Hannelore Hanover. They'll be taking it off, although they both have plenty of points. Hannelore Hanover especially should have plenty of points to get into the Miss Versatility final. I don't believe Ariana G will be going there at all. She pretty much went to the Graduate Series, so I don't think she's even qualified for the Miss Versatility no matter what. But we don't see two of our top filly and mare Trotters here, but we do see a good field nonetheless, especially with Dream Together. As for the 2-year-olds, the Trotters up at Woodbine, they'll be going in the Wellwood and the Peaceful Way eliminations. We have our second place points horse in Green Manalishi going in the Wellwood. Jerry's another top one, so we'll see some top Trotters going there. And then we see two of our top Trotters for the fillies going in the Peaceful Way with the Ice Duchess and Susie. Susie just won last week, so we'll see Susie coming back again. The Ice Duchess, of course, had that big win on Hambletonian Day. We'll also see two divisions of the Simcoe on Saturday at Woodbine Mohawk. The first one, You Are My Candy Girl, facing off with Kissin' in the Sand. Always thrilling to see these top 3-year-old filly pacers duel it out, and they'll be dueling it out at Mohawk. While the other divisions of Simcoe, we will see Stay Hungry off of that Messenger win going up to Mohawk, facing Babes Dig Me, who's a contender for the Little Brown Jug as well. So a cool, might be a little preview of what to come at Delaware. Going over to Ohio, the big race there is the Jim Ewart Memorial, McWicked, Western Joe, All Bets Off, Filibuster Hanover, and Split the House. They'll be thrilling. We won't have the Jug preview. The Jug preview did not fill, so we won't be having that going at Shiloh Downs. But do catch around 8 p.m. Post the match race between Foiled Again and Lucky Lime. Foiled Again is the richest harness horse in North American history and one of is pretty much America's horse, while Lucky Lime was named the People's Horse at Shiloh Downs. So we'll have America's horse versus the People's Horse coming up for us this Saturday from Shiloh Downs. That's it for this Wednesday night edition of Boxed In. I will see you next Wednesday. Might be a slow Wednesday. We'll just have about 2 races to cover, and then it really slows down ahead of the Little Brown Jug. So have a nice night. Don't forget to follow like, subscribe on YouTube to see more about Boxed In, as well as follow me on Twitter at MJTags11 for free picks, analysis, and insights each and every week. Have a nice night.